Okay, we'll get started. Good afternoon, everyone who's here in the room and everyone who's watching us online on YouTube. We want to thank you for participating with us today. Today we have our workshop. It's our first one. It's our new workshop that we're kicking off for the new year, so we thank you for being here today. This workshop is working with assist agencies. And let me introduce myself very, very quickly. My name is Millie Ermelara with the Department of Procurement Services. I am the Assistant Procurement Officer with the Public Affairs team, and on behalf of our Mayor, Rahm Emanuel, and our Commissioner, Jamie Elree, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to be here today, so we thank you for that. Upon coming in, you should have signed in at the front end sheet, and then we have some handouts for you that you can have. I'll explain what the handouts are. We have our bid opportunity list, which we send out every Monday. This is currently what's out on the street right now that we're waiting for bid proposals on. We encourage you to sign up to receive DPS alerts. If you sign up for DPS alerts, we send the bid opportunity list every Monday along with any upcoming events that the city has and our sister agencies. So we encourage you to sign up for DPS alerts. It's a really good resource. We also have our upcoming vendor fair, which is taking place on May 24th at UIC Forum, and we invite everyone to attend. We have a couple of handouts there for you to hand out. And we have our 2017 workshop schedule. So we offer over 19 free workshops to the community, and this is our workshop schedule. They range from how to become certified to contracting 101, today's workshop, working with assist agencies. Next week we'll feature doing business with sister agencies, and the agencies that are featured are going to be the Chicago Public Schools and City Colleges of Chicago. Our speakers today is working with assist agencies. So the City of Chicago assist agencies are comprised of our nonprofit agencies or chambers of commerce that represent the interest of small minority and or women-owned businesses within Chicago's diverse communities. They offer various and many resources to help businesses at every stage of the growth cycle, as well as connect prime contractors with certified firms for subcontracting opportunities. So this workshop will outline the roles and responsibilities of our featured assist agencies. So today we have Women's Construction Owners and Executives, Ms. Mary Kay Meinigam, and Chicago Urban League, Quintella Enti. Those are our featured assist agencies today. So we will start with Women Construction Owners and Executives, Mary Kay. I'll hand over the mic to Mary Kay to begin.
Can y'all hear me? Yes. Perfect. Good afternoon. My name is Mary Kay Minahan. I represent the Women Construction Owners and Executives. Our association has been in existence since 1983, so it's been in existence longer than the city's MWBE program, which didn't come into place until 1985 by executive order of Mayor Harold Washington. Our organization serves women-owned construction firms. Our members range from we do all types of construction. It's mostly commercial construction. And our members range from 3 to 5 years in business to 30 to 35 years in business. They run the gamut as well as on the size of the companies. Some are relatively small, under $1 million. Others are substantially larger, 10 to 12 million dollars. And like I said, they do all kinds of trades. From below the ground to the substructures to the main building to the interior finishes. They're sort of all across the spectrum. From the standpoint of what we do pretty much every day, we do a lot of advocacy. That's kind of the top priority of WCOE. We advocate at the federal, state, and local levels. I'm predominantly responsible for the city and the county and the sister agencies up here in Chicago. Things that we advocate for, we work very closely with the city on the MWBE ordinance that governs the program and how it functions. A couple of years ago, we worked with the city to try and increase the participation goals from 24.4% to 26.6%. And we were successful in that effort. We look at that every time the city reviews its ordinance, which is once every 5 years. We have worked and participated as co-defendants in the litigation. There's a lot of lawsuits in this state, more than any other state in the country, that are filed challenging the programs, trying to knock them out and get us put back to a zero participation level, which is where a lot of the majority contractors would like to see us. And we served as the co-defendant in both the city and the county cases. We were not successful on the county side, but we were successful on the city side. And because of our success on the city side, we were actually able to reinstate the county program using the city's information and data, because the two areas that they consider overlap. And so it was something that was we were able to get done. We've also worked with the county on the county side to increase the MWBE goals. There, we were able to get the WBE goal raised to 10%. We had enough supporting data to raise that goal to 10%. And we work regularly at the state level and at the federal level. USDOT issues the regulations governing the DBE program. So we analyze those every time the federal government puts out a new set of regulations. We offer comment. We try to get changes to those regulations to make sure, again, that the program is working for the people it's intended to serve. WCOE provides certification assistance as an assist agency to the city. Part of the point of that role is that we are there to help the city get folks through their certification process and other things to make certain that they have what they need. And the staff at DPS is great, but they're limited with resources. So having the assist agencies available to just answer basic questions about how certification works, what it is you need to have to get certified, those kind of basic things. We also will work, if you've applied for certification, you're not hearing anything, we certainly will work with you to hook you up with the right folks at procurement to make sure that your case is moving forward in a proper fashion. We also work a lot to connect our members with opportunities at various governmental agencies. We get alerts from pretty much every agency around the city for what public contracts they have available. We disseminate that information to our members so that they know what's out there. They can kind of get it all in a single location and stay on top of the projects that they're most interested in participating in. And we also, when there's big projects, like aviation's got a lot of work going on right now, we work very closely with the department to make certain that we know what's coming up, when it's coming up, so that, again, our members can be prepared. Procurement has what do you call that? The bid calendar, the buying plan, which is a great document. If you don't have one, go online and get a copy. It's issued every quarter, but it identifies all of the upcoming work for 18 months. So you can see what's out there and make sure that you line up your work to make sure you pursue these various bid opportunities that pertain to what you want to do. And then finally, we do a lot of monitoring of projects. Usually it starts with a complaint from somebody who tells me that something's not happening on a project the way it should be. They're using somebody that isn't legitimate. They're utilizing somebody that isn't certified in that trade, so forth and so on. Or somebody will call me and say they've said I worked on this project, but I didn't work on this project. And those kind of complaints, again, procurement and other agencies have some resources to go after that kind of stuff, but they don't have quite the same level of resources that you need for sometimes all what's going on out there in a particular season. So we will analyze projects. We will get all the documentation necessary to determine are people being utilized properly? Are they being paid what you say they're being paid? So that we know at the end of the day that the projects that the city does or that other agencies do, when they say we achieved these goals, we know that those numbers are relatively accurate. Because a lot of times people like to present to their agency a really high goal, but the reality is that's not something that's probably happening in the real world. And so the monitoring and auditing that we do of those projects is a big component of what WCOE feels is important to make sure that, again, this program works for the folks that are, that it's intended to work for. So you want me to go to questions? You want to?
We'll wait for the questions and answers
To the end? Oh, my contact information. If you're interested in information on WCOE as an organization, go to WCOEUSA.org. All the membership information is there and information about what we do. And then if you want to reach me directly, it's Mary Kay Minahan. And I'm at 708-366-1250. And my email is mkm@mkmservices.com. Terrific.
Great. Thank you, Mary Kay. I do want to mention the buying plan as well before we move on. The buying plan is going on to its second quarter. That's being finalized as we speak. The first quarter is available online. You can find that on our website. That's www.cityofchicago.org/DPS. And there is a little icon on the left side towards the middle of the page that will always have the latest edition of the buying plan there. As soon as the second quarter is available, we will have it online. You can also find it physical copies downstairs at the Bid and Bond room, room 103. We have them on our floor at City Hall, 121 North LaSalle, room 806, and we will also be handing out all the new second quarter vendor fair editions at our vendor fair at UIC Forum on May 24th. So I wanted to let you guys know about that as well. So I'll move this on over to Ms. Quintella Enti from Chicago Urban League.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Again, my name is Quintella Enti from the Chicago Urban League. I'm the Supplier Diversity Program Manager there. And I just want to thank you all again for coming. The Chicago Urban League, for nearly over a century, has been a unique community corporate civic organization. It's helped people find jobs, affordable housing, educational opportunities, and growth for businesses. We are passionate advocates for education, equality, economic development, and social justice. In fact, we offer 6 programs that shows our passions. We have a Center for Student Development, Human Capital, which is an award-winning program, our Entrepreneurship Center, Housing, our Workforce Development Program, which is another award-winning program, and Impact, our Leadership Development Program. Our vision and our mission. Our vision is that we believe a strong African-American community is a better Chicago. The mission of the Chicago Urban League works for the economic, educational, and social progress for African Americans and promote strong, sustainable communities through advocacy, collaboration, and innovation. As we approach the end of our centennial year this coming summer, we aim to increase conversations regarding race and equity. And our programming as an organization, in addition to our Entrepreneurship Center, which I represent today, our program will also further promote this mission. Our summit luncheon, also on May 24th, will feature Melody Hobson, president of Ariel Investments, in conversation with Connie Lindsay of Northern Trust. Theme, The Color of Business, this year. Our summit will tackle diversity in the workplace and out forth ideas to make our businesses more diverse. Our 10-year plan discusses how centuries of residential segregation has impacted transportation, economic empowerment, and education. Our Cultivate series put our 10-year plan into action by convening prominent thought leaders from all around the country to discuss our report with our research and policy team. We had our second series this past February that was centered on education. I've also included the links for you to visit at a later time so that you can learn more about our 10-year plan, our summit, as well as our Cultivate series second report. The Chicago Urban League Entrepreneurship Center was founded about 10 years ago. We're going to celebrate our 10-year anniversary this year. And it was founded to help African American entrepreneurs build successful, sustainable businesses that create jobs in the communities where we serve. In 2016, the Chicago Urban League Entrepreneurship Center clients raised over $1.6 million in combined financing, were awarded more than $45.1 million in contracts, obtained over $54 million in bonding, and created 98 jobs. We also offer intensive training programs. These programs are offered twice a year, and each program meets one night a week for 3 hours for 12 weeks. The first program is our Next Step Business Launch Program. This is for startup firms. Also, the second one is the Next Connection Technology Integration Program. We saw that many of our African American businesses were not connected to the web, so this is more of a way to integrate technology in the day-to-day operations of your business and utilize a lot of the free hardware, software that's out there to help you with your strategic plan as a small business. Next, we have the Next Level Growth Strategy Development Program. This is for our established businesses. It's more of a management, operations, and marketing type of cohort for an established business who have revenue starting with over $100,000. And the last program is our Next Deal Teaming Program. This program is offered in a different way twice a year. In the spring, the teaming program focuses on procurement and teaming for professional service firms. And in the fall, it focuses on construction and contracting firms. What's great about this program, it's a hands-on program that teach the businesses about certification, so the MBEs, the WBEs, all of the procurement parts from private to public sector. It also teaches them how to team to go after larger contracts that maybe they couldn't do on their own. They couldn't go after on their own. So that's a great program as well. We also offer free counseling sessions with Chicago Urban League Entrepreneurship Center staff. It's a one-on-one consulting. We also have mentorship. We believe in business development and helping you grow. You get the team with dedicated entrepreneurs. We also have, for our established businesses, we have the Jewish Black Business Association Mentorship Program. High-level executives, some are retired. They offer for 6 months mentorship to some of our established businesses. We also have a wraparound series. And what that means is our housing program has a financial empowerment center, but also in there they teach financial literacy. So for businesses who want to repair their credit or learn more about credit and increasing their scores, that's an avenue of a free service that we offer. And in regards to businesses getting new contracts, but they need more labor or staffing, our workforce development team also helps them staff for free employees who are looking for opportunities. And usually these people are very trained in the trades along with professional services as well. Our workshops and events, we have many of them, but just to highlight a few, we have a Tech Around Town series. We have Green Construction series. We have Access to Capital and prime and subcontractor matchmaking events. We also have the Not a Pitch event, and we have our next program's graduation. At a later time, please visit some of our alumni and current business client success stories. We have Linda McGill, Bozeman Cedar Concept. What's amazing about her, over 6 years ago, she was in our program, and she dreamed of having her own facility, her manufacturing facility. And I'm happy to say that if you go to 40 first in Packers, you will see an innovative facility. It's Silver LEED certified. It's beautiful with windmills and just solar panels. And LEED technology. It's an amazing building. So if you click on the link at a later time, you could definitely see the beautiful facility and her dream coming true. She's created many jobs, and she's the only African-American woman in our country who runs her own chemical manufacturing firm. Stephanie Hickman is also an alumni of our program of Trice Construction. Right now, we're talking about diversity, and I think what's really exciting about that, her mentor, the firm Intern, they're teaming up, and they have a bodacious billboard in
Trying to find it.
yeah, they have it in St. Louis, so it's turned a lot of heads. But they're standing there, and they're talking about the new color of business, and they're challenging people to use diversity when you're hiring, when you're giving out contracts. And Intron, they made $400 million last year. So for her to take Stephanie under her wings for the past 15 months, and now Stephanie will be a prime. We are very proud of her and for them teaming up and creating jobs. The last person that we'll focus on, one of our students, Jason Edgecomey, and he was sponsored by his boss, Adam Winitsky, the founder of EX Labs. They have a very cool corporation. They deal with artificial intelligence and IT. These are very bright millennials. They were featured on CBS because of the Martin Luther King Day. They had a hologram with him speaking, one of his famous speeches, and then they had electronic goggles or technology goggles that made you feel like that you were marching in Selma, so you got to be a part of it. We're excited to say that he'll also be showing his technology at the 50th MSDC conference this spring. So we're very proud of him and excited to see that when we have these type of programs that our students just excel, and so we're very proud of them. If you want to reach out to us, our director is Jason Johnson, so there's our contact information. Myself, I'm Quintella Inti, and there's mine. And again, I want to make sure that you had an opportunity to get those links again for the 2-year plan, the summit, and the Cultivate series. Again, thank you so much for having me today. And Irma, I think we're back to you.
Sure, I'll take it over. I do want to mention to everyone, our workshop PowerPoints will be accessible on our website. We had a couple minor edits today, so we'll make sure after today we have them posted. That's going to be on our cityofchicago.org/DPS events. And under DPS events, you'll see where it has a link. It says free workshops. And when you click on that, it'll say click here for descriptions and PowerPoints. Once you click on there, you find the workshop that you're looking for, and we have tons of PowerPoints on there for you. So if you wanted to go back and click on any of the links, find more information, that's where you'll find this PowerPoint specifically. So now we're going to open it up to questions from the audience. I know those watching YouTube, unfortunately, we cannot hear you. We're very sorry about that. But for those who are here in the room, we will open the mic to Quintella and Mary Kay, and if you have any questions, we'll move forward with that. And then I will close out with our social media information. Do you guys have any questions?
Okay, my question is, it's our first time to have a certifier, so we don't know how we go to find a job. So they just give us this sheet to come here today. So how to introduce to have a job? So we didn't know. So but we certified already. But next level, how it's gonna be?
How do you get a contract?
Yes, how to be the contract. Yes.
So you are certified now.
Yes.
So the city does have one workshop that we offer, and it's called You're Certified, Now What? So that's a really good one that we suggest you to start, like getting your feet wet, going to it, and they'll talk about, now that you're certified, what can you do? So that's a really good one that we recommend on the city side. Do you guys have any recommendations that you want to share with your organizations?
Also, in regards to your certification, which are you in construction? What is your trade?
No, janitorial.
Oh, janitorial. Okay. In the fall, we offer the teaming program that I was mentioning, and it's for contractors and construction firms. And for a business like yourself who already have a contract, that class focuses on teaming, going after contracts, not only the municipalities, City of Chicago, Cook County, but also Tollway. And we bring in professionals to teach you how to bid, along with professional proposal writing, attorneys, accountings, and then I teach procurement, certification, things about your NAICS code, and so just a variety of things. But then we also bring in lenders to assist with access to capital. So there's a variety of great people that you get to meet who are like-minded, they're business-minded, and so you get to build those relationships, and sometimes you team with them because you see that you could work together. And I would like to talk to you at the end because I do know someone who has a contract right now who's looking for more people in janitorial.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, I would also say that that buying plan that we mentioned earlier, one, definitely make sure you keep up to date with copies of that, but then get on the city's procurement's alert list, sign up for their alerts. Every Monday they send out a bid opportunity list that'll tell you what's coming up that week, or actually in the next, in the next couple of weeks, but things that are, that are active and live now, and you'll find, opportunities at the city. But I do that as well at CPS because they each issue their own janitorial contracts. I do know the city is likely to come out with a new contract fairly soon for the city of Chicago for janitorial. Don't have an exact date yet, but it's probably, I would say, within the next few months. It'll probably, something will probably be coming out. So definitely pay attention to that. If there's a pre-bid, go to the pre-bid, because at that pre-bid, you will meet folks that are bidding. If you're not able to bid as a prime and you're gonna, want to be a sub to somebody, that's where you'll get the opportunity to, to make yourself known, your services available, exchange your business cards, and try to work into some sort of an arrangement.
Thank you for reminding us about the DPS buying plan. Yeah, that's a good way for you to see what's coming up. But then also we have how to navigate our website, how to navigate the DPS website, because all of our currently awarded contracts are online. So if you want to go in there and see who has a current contract in janitorial services or whatever other service you provide, you can find that out if there is one right now. And obviously, yes, we do have a janitorial service contract, but you can go in there with the PO number, spec number, look up what the current contract, who has it, and you can have an idea of what their pricing is to be transparent to the community. So we definitely want that information out there. So that's another resource for whoever's interested to go back and look at who has a contract right now with your services, what does that look like, what's the pricing, and that's better for you to prepare when you get your bid ready. And I also recommend for you to come to our vendor fair, because that's a chance for you to meet a ton of different city departments, the county, the city, the state, the tollway. We're going to have workshops there. We're going to try to do something with primes where we're going to have featured primes at the event where, so as a subcontractor or a potential subcontractor, you have the opportunity to have one-on-one with prime companies there, and we'll have them across the board from different types of services. So definitely there's resources out there for you.
Thank you.
Good day. For both agencies, how are you funded? Are you a paid membership or free membership? And do you get political endorsements? I'd just like to know something about the assist.
I will say from WCOE's perspective, we are a paid membership. Vast majority of our operational costs come from those dues. We try to stay away from other sources of revenue that may or may not attempt to dictate who we are and what we stand for. We used to, participate on big projects as a resource, with teaming up with different groups, different contractors. And at one point, for a McCormick Place contract, we were actually threatened the withdrawal of that funding if we didn't stand in line, because we audited their project and we discovered their numbers they presented to the McPeer board were not true, not even close to true. They didn't want us to go to the board, so that all that back and forth. And I said to my group after that, I said, do we really want to be subject to that? Do you want to have your funding rely upon that? So the decision we made was no. So we are paid. And then do we endorse political candidates, or are we a political group? We don't have a political action committee. We will encourage our members to financially support various candidates for public office that support the women and minority programs. So we don't make public endorsements of candidates, but we will provide political support financially.
And also, we believe in voting, and we did a Get Out to Vote, so we went through the community to help people get out to vote. We thought it was important for them to, fulfill their constitutional right. I never heard our president tell us who to vote for, but she wanted to make sure everybody had an opportunity to get out to vote. So we do support that, and we also are involved with advocacy and social justice, for our community. So from that point of view, definitely we do have that. In regards to your other question, could you repeat the other one? We're funded in various ways. We have private funders. I say after I meet some of our funders, what amazes me about how they choose us, they look at the news just like we do every night, and they see Chicago. And some of them are stakeholders in the community, and some of them just care. They're human. And when they look and see what's happening, they ask, what can they do? And then they bring their dollars way. I think because we've been around 100 years since the Great Migration, and we've been putting in a lot of community work, people want the money to go where they know it's going to be used for the betterment of the community. So I think really our brand, people know we are there and we're out there to help people. So I think that inspires philanthropists when they decide, if they're going to give. So we get we have banks, we have grants, we go after grants like other people. So it's a variety of ways, and people donate. We have a gala every year that's a fundraiser, and our summit that's coming up as well as a fundraiser because we are non-for-profit. So in various ways, we get support from the community.
And then are there dues to join?
No, there is no dues. You can come in anytime. Most of our services are free. Occasionally, like the extensive cohort programs, they're valued at over $1,000 or so, but we have funders, banks, and different grants that make them affordable, maybe $150 for businesses, just $150, and that's very good for a business to get a 12-week professional similar to MBA type cohort with professionals, in the room. And so other than that, mostly all of our services are free.
Any other questions? No? No more questions? All right, great. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mary Kay. Thank you, Quintella. So if you would like to find out more information with what is happening with the Department of Procurement, we have our Facebook page, which is Chicago DPS. We have our Twitter, Chicago DPS. I see the S is missing. You got to fix that. And then we also have our YouTube channel. So if you would like to come to any other sessions that we have and you miss a class for whatever reason, or you're not able to come and you would like to go back, or you weren't able to catch what was said and you want to review it, all of our classes are live streamed on YouTube, and that channel is Chicago DPS. If you want to go back and watch any of our past classes, you're free to. This session is live streamed currently, and then as soon as the session is over, it will be available online for anyone to see. So if you want to go ahead and go back and see that, that's great. We have that there for you. So now I'll mention the two sessions or classes that we have next week. The two classes next week are Procurement Fundamentals at 2 o'clock, and we also have our new class, which is Doing Business with Sister Agencies. And the featured sister agencies, like Mary Kay had mentioned and Quintella as well, the city has its procurement, but then we also have our sister agents who have their separate procurement as well. And those sister agencies who have their own procurement include Chicago Public Schools, City Colleges of Chicago, Public Building Commission, Chicago Housing Authority, Chicago Park District, and Chicago Transit Authority. So since a lot of our workshops are based on how to do business with the city, we thought, you know what, it's a good way to have a new class to talk to the community on how to do business with these sister agencies as well, even though they have their own procurement. So we're going to be featuring two organizations at a time, and so next week will be Chicago Public Schools, City Colleges, and our procurement fundamentals. So we want to just thank you all for coming here today, taking the time out of your day to be here with us. Thank you to Mary Kay and Quintella for taking time to help lead this session and this class. And thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you so much. My question was centered on the fact that you guys both